The tension in the studio was palpable as Isabel Oakeshott pressed forward with her line of questioning, her sharp gaze fixed on Keir Starmer. It had started as a routine political interview, a back and forth about policy and governance, but the atmosphere shifted dramatically when Oakeshott pivoted to a more personal line of inquiry. The audience, initially engaged in a standard political discussion, sat up straighter as the journalist subtly but firmly introduced the allegations of mistreatment toward his wife. A flicker of discomfort crossed Starmer's face. He leaned forward slightly, as if preparing to counter, but his hesitation betrayed a deeper unease. Oakeshott, known for her unrelenting approach, did not flinch. "Sir Keir," she said evenly, "there have been whispers, serious concerns, about the way you treat your wife. These are not unfounded claims. They come from sources close to you. What do you have to say about that?" The Labour leader's expression hardened. A muscle in his jaw twitched as he exhaled sharply, visibly rattled by the question. "This is absurd," he said, his voice controlled but strained. "I absolutely reject such accusations. My wife and I have a strong relationship built on mutual respect." Oakeshott remained unyielding. "Then why have there been reports of you being dismissive, even controlling, in private settings? Why have people close to you suggested that your temper behind closed doors is quite different from the composed demeanor you present in public?" The silence in the studio was deafening. Starmer's usual eloquence seemed to abandon him. He shifted in his seat, running a hand through his hair in what was unmistakably a sign of frustration. "I don't know where you're getting this from," he said sharply, "but I won't dignify baseless gossip." Oakeshott leaned forward. "These are not just rumors, Sir Keir. People have witnessed it. There are those who say that your wife, Victoria, appears uneasy in your presence at times, that she has been seen avoiding eye contact, hesitating before speaking in public. Are you saying none of this is true?" Starmer's face darkened. He let out a tight breath and shot back. "This is a disgraceful attempt at character assassination." He glanced briefly at the crew, as if contemplating his next move. The discomfort was evident now. He was no longer in control of the narrative. The moment stretched on, and the audience held their breath. The Labour leader's body language spoke volumes, his shoulders stiff, his fists clenched. Finally, as Oakeshott prepared to push further, Starmer abruptly unhooked his microphone. "I won't participate in this farce," he muttered. Without another word, he stood up, his chair scraping loudly against the floor, and stormed off the set. Gasps rippled through the studio. Oakeshott remained seated, unfazed, watching him walk away. "Well," she said finally, turning to the camera, "it seems we've touched a nerve." The incident sent shockwaves through the political sphere. Clips of the dramatic exit flooded social media within minutes, with reactions pouring in from both supporters and critics. Some defended Starmer, arguing that personal lives should remain off-limits in political discourse. Others questioned why he had reacted so strongly if there was no truth to the allegations. The phrase "touched a nerve" trended on X, formerly known as Twitter, as political commentators dissected the moment frame by frame. As expected, Labour Party officials scrambled for damage control. A spokesperson issued a swift statement. "Sir Keir Starmer has always been a dedicated husband and father. These allegations are baseless and part of an ongoing smear campaign." But the public was not so easily convinced. The abruptness of his reaction left an undeniable impression. Whether guilty or simply outraged, he had chosen to walk away rather than face the questions head-on. Political analysts weighed in on the significance of the walkout. Some pointed out that a confident leader would have calmly dismantled the claims instead of storming off. Others suggested that Oakeshott had ambushed him with a deeply personal attack that no politician should have to endure on live television. Regardless of perspective, one thing was clear. The controversy was not going away anytime soon. Victoria Starmer, typically private and rarely seen in the political limelight, was suddenly at the center of media speculation. Reporters combed through past footage of her alongside her husband, analyzing every glance, every smile, every interaction. Had there been signs all along? Was there merit to Oakeshott's claims? The press reached out to family friends, former colleagues, anyone who might shed light on the matter. Yet, in the days that followed, Victoria remained silent, neither confirming nor denying the implications made on national television. Critics of Oakeshott accused her of overstepping, of turning an interview into a spectacle. But her supporters argued that she had merely done what journalists are meant to do: seek the truth, even if it made people uncomfortable. If there's nothing to hide, one prominent broadcaster remarked, then why did he run? Meanwhile, Starmer's allies scrambled to regain control of the narrative. He was booked for carefully curated interviews with friendly media figures, where he reiterated that the allegations were baseless. He dismissed Oakeshott's questioning as a desperate attempt to manufacture controversy. But despite his efforts, the footage of his exit continued to circulate, fueling discussions and debates across television panels and online forums. Some labor insiders privately expressed concern that the scandal, whether true or not, had tarnished Starmer's image. Perception matters, one senior party member admitted off the record. And walking out like that, it looks bad. It looks like he lost control. The Conservative Party, never one to miss an opportunity, seized on the moment. Prominent Tory figures subtly referenced the incident in their speeches, questioning Starmer's temperament and ability to handle pressure. Leadership, one MP quipped, means standing your ground, not walking away when things get tough. The broader implications of the incident lingered. Had Starmer simply had an uncharacteristic lapse in composure, or was there something deeper behind his reaction? Public perception can be unforgiving, and the seeds of doubt had been planted. Oakeshott's questioning may not have provided definitive proof of anything, but it had achieved something arguably just as powerful. It had created uncertainty. As the days turned into weeks, the story refused to die down. The media speculated endlessly, political commentators debated the fallout, and the public remained divided. Whether Starmer would be able to shake off the shadow of that interview remained to be seen. But one thing was certain. The image of him walking out, visibly rattled, was now etched into the political landscape, a moment that would not be easily forgotten. Sir Keir Starmer found himself in an uncomfortable spotlight when journalist Isabel Oakeshott confronted him with allegations about his personal life during a live interview. The exchange, which started as a discussion on policy and leadership, quickly took a dramatic turn when Oakeshott pressed Starmer about claims that he mistreats his wife. The Labour leader appeared visibly uneasy as she questioned him, attempting to deflect and shift the conversation back to political matters. However, Oakeshott remained persistent, demanding clarity on the accusations, which reportedly stemmed from anonymous sources close to his household. As the tension escalated, Starmer refused to engage further, removed his microphone, and abruptly walked out of the interview, leaving Oakeshott and the audience in stunned silence. The dramatic exit has since ignited a firestorm of debate, with critics arguing that his reaction raised more questions than it answered. Supporters, on the other hand, claim the line of questioning was inappropriate and a targeted attempt to discredit him. Social media erupted with divided opinions, with many questioning whether a leader who avoids scrutiny on personal matters can handle the pressures of governance. The incident has now become a major talking point, overshadowing Starmer's political agenda.